The fiercest opponent, my friend, is not out there. It is here, quiet, invisible, living behind your eyes. You may harden your fist until it strikes like iron. You may drill your kicks until they flash like lightning, but without the mind, all of that is noise. The body obeys. It moves exactly as the mind allows. If the mind is crowded, the body hesitates. If the mind is clear, the body becomes precise. The real battle is not the clash of bone and muscle. The real battle is the moment before the movement, the breath before the step, the space where doubt, fear, and hesitation try to take your victory away before you even touch it. I was not born a warrior. I built myself into one. But before I built my body, I had to build my mind. One day, a master poured tea for me. He poured and poured until the cup overflowed, spilling across the table. "The cup is full," I said. He smiled. "Like your mind. How can I teach you when it is already full?" In that small moment, I understood a large truth. A crowded mind cannot learn, cannot move fast, cannot strike true. If you wish to grow, you must first create space. Empty the cup. You see, many people try to improve by adding more techniques, more tricks, more noise. They carry the weight of yesterday and the worry of tomorrow into today's training, and then they ask why they feel slow. They are dragging chains. The warrior knows to remove, not to add. Remove the thoughts that do not serve. Remove the excuses that hide inside your words. Remove the fear that paralyzes your feet. When there is less in the way, you move. Ask yourself, what fills your cup today? Is it the voice of someone who doubted you? Is it the memory of a mistake you made last week? Is it a story about the future that has not happened yet? Pour it out. Sit for a moment. Just a moment, and let the thoughts drift across your mind like clouds crossing the moon. You do not chase a cloud. You allow it to pass. And as it passes, notice what remains. Space. In that space, clarity. In that clarity, decisive action. Decisiveness is not the absence of thought. It is the absence of confusion. When you have already chosen who you are and what you will do, the body no longer argues. The hand moves. The foot moves. The eyes see what they must see. The mistake most people make is to think themselves into paralysis. They stand at the door, measuring the door, counting the hinges, writing a report on the wood, while the warrior has already stepped through. My friend, train your body, yes, but train your decision. Train it until it is natural to act when the moment is ripe. How do we train the mind in simple ways? Begin with one small ritual. Before you work, before you speak, before you strike, return to center. Close your eyes. Breathe. Inhale slowly. Let the air fill the belly, the ribs, the back. Hold it for a beat. Not to force, but to gather. Exhale even slower, like releasing the string of a bow. Do this 3 times. You will feel your hands become steady. Your eyes will become quiet. In that quiet, choose one thing you will do, only one. Then do it completely. This is the first cut through confusion. I tell you, the fight is won long before the first punch is thrown. Before I stepped into any arena, I had already entered it in my mind. I closed my eyes and rehearsed the movements, the timing of the breath, the rhythm of the feet, the echo of the room. I saw the opponent. I saw myself. I felt the weight of the air. I felt the floor under my heels. I did not imagine myself trying. I saw myself doing. I repeated it until there was no space left for doubt to hide. When the moment came, it felt familiar because I had already been there. Most people rehearse the wrong story. They run a movie of failure until it becomes a habit. They see the punch they will miss, the word they will forget, the door that will close. Then, when reality arrives, they obey their rehearsal. Change the rehearsal. Tonight, before sleep, lie still and run a simple film in your mind. See yourself tomorrow moving with calm and certainty. Watch your breath slow, watch your shoulders drop. See yourself begin, continue, and finish. Smell the room, hear the sounds, make it real, then play it again and again. Your mind will learn the path you show it. Many ask me, isn't this pretending? No. Pretending is wishing without discipline. Visualization is discipline without motion. It is training the nervous system to recognize the pattern of victory. It is setting the needle of your compass. When the storm comes, and it always comes, you are not searching for north in a panic. You already know the direction. Breath, my friend, is the bridge. Most people breathe as if they are running from their own life, fast, shallow, and afraid. This kind of breath feeds chaos. A warrior breathes like the sea, deep and steady. When I inhale, I feel the ribs widen like the opening of a fan. When I hold, I feel the mind become still. When I exhale, I let the tension ride the breath out of my body. Before a strike, I breathe out sharply, focusing every fiber into that instant. When receiving a strike, I exhale and allow the body to move with the impact, not against it. The breath is the rhythm of control. If you control the breath, you control the state. If you control the state, you control the performance. Try a simple drill I use. 3 arrows. First arrow, inhale quietly through the nose to a calm count, feeling the air reach the lowest part of the belly. Second arrow, hold that breath for a brief, relaxed beat. Feel your mind gather like a hand closing around a stone. Third arrow, exhale through the mouth in a smooth line, as if you are drawing a brushstroke across paper. Do this 3 times before anything that matters. A conversation, an exam, a performance, a fight. Notice how the body listens to the breath like a student listens to a teacher. Fear will always visit. It visited me before television cameras, before demonstrations, before facing men larger than myself. My hands would sweat, my breath would quicken. Fear whispered, "You are not ready." I learned not to argue with fear. Arguing gives it a seat at the table. Instead, I listened. What was it saying? That I was stepping into something important. Good. That I cared. Good. Fear is a spark. If you try to crush it with your bare hands, it burns you. If you place it under a kettle, it cooks your meal. There is a place in training I call the edge. The edge is not where you are comfortable, it is where your heart beats a little louder. Go there. Stay long enough to feel the heat. Breathe. Stay long enough to see that the heat does not kill you. Step back, then go again. Each visit to the edge expands you. The thing that once made your voice tremble becomes the thing that steadies your hands. The warrior does not remove fear. The warrior repurposes fear. The energy that once scattered you becomes the energy that concentrates you. Let me tell you about focus. People speak of my 1-inch punch as if it were magic. It is not magic. It is focus made visible. It is the mind choosing one thing completely and delegating the entire body to that choice. Most people try to do many things at once, and so they do none of them well. They move their attention like a lantern, soft, wide, unfocused. The 1-inch punch is a spear. The light narrows, everything else disappears. Then, one movement, all of you. Here is a practice. Choose a small, exact task today. Not 5 tasks. 1. Sweep a floorboard until it has no dust. Write 1 page and finish it. Perform one combination and repeat it with full attention 10 times. Each repetition is a strike. If your mind wanders on the 7th, do not scold yourself. Bring it back on the 8th. This is the 1-inch punch of the mind, condensing scattered energy into a single, decisive act. One complete movement teaches your system more than 100 weak attempts. 100 weak attempts teach you how to be weak. Focus becomes force when you remove what is not essential. People think discipline is a prison. No. Discipline sets you free from the noise that steals your strength. Limit your options in the moment of action. You do not need 20 choices when you step forward. You need one correct step. Decide it, take it, then the next. Now listen. Life will not always respect your plan. You can design a beautiful route on paper and the road will still flood. Many people break when their plan breaks. They grow rigid, angry, bitter. But look at water. Pour it into a cup, it becomes the cup. Pour it into a teapot, it becomes the teapot. If you dam it, it waits. If you give it a crack, it flows. If you freeze it, it becomes ice. If you heat it, it becomes steam and rises. Water never argues, and still without shouting, it carves mountains. When I step into a fight, I do not lock my mind into one strategy. If I decide beforehand that I will only move one way, the opponent will find the hole. If he is fast, I adjust my timing. If he hesitates, I press. If he is strong, I become light. This is not lack of plan, it is living plan. This is not chaos, it is intelligence. In life, when a door closes, you do not stand knocking until your knuckles bleed. You look for a window, you look for a gate, you look for a path through the grass, or you climb. And if none of these exist, you make one. The river does not apologize for changing direction, it simply finds a way. Do not think that flexibility is weakness. The bamboo in a storm bends and then stands tall again. The rigid tree snaps. The warrior is soft where softness is wise and hard where hardness is needed. To be only one thing is to be predictable, and the predictable opponent is already defeated. All of this rests upon one foundation: belief. There was a time when many people did not believe in me. Too small, they said. Too foreign, they said. Too this, too that. I listened to them and then I decided not to agree. The world may doubt you. Do not join them. The most dangerous voice is not outside. It is the voice that lives inside and repeats the world's doubt in your own tone. Replace that voice. Train it as you train a stance. Try this. In the morning, speak to yourself as you would speak to a student you respect. Clear, simple, strong. I'm ready. I will focus. I will move. I will learn. Not poetry, not slogans, choices. Then act in a way that honors the words. If you tell yourself you are ready and then delay, you teach your mind you are a liar. If you tell yourself you will focus and then open 10 distractions, you teach your mind that your promises are weak. Keep one promise today, one. That is how belief becomes real. Kept promises repeated become identity. Let us bring all of this together into your daily training, your way of the warrior mindset. First, empty. Begin each day by clearing the cup. Sit for 1 minute. Feel the chair, the ground, the breath. Let thoughts pass. If a worry arrives, do not wrestle it. Let it walk through the room and out the other door. When you stand, stand lighter by the weight you did not carry. Second, breathe. Before any important moment, return to your 3 arrows. Inhale fully, hold gently, exhale slowly. Do it 3 times. This is not performance. This is preparation. Your breath is the captain. put the captain at the wheel before you sail. Third, C. Run the movie. Visualize the thing you are about to do, from the first step to the last step, with detail. If you will speak, see the room, the faces, hear your own voice. If you will compete, feel the surface, the distance, the timing. Do not imagine perfection, imagine execution. You are not praying for luck, you are laying a track and then running on it. Fourth, focus. Choose one task and honor it. If you must do 5 things, do one completely, then the next. Multitasking is a polite word for divided attention. Divided attention is a polite word for weak action. When you strike, strike. When you rest, rest. Do not mix them and call it balance. Fifth, approach. Go to the edge every day. Pick something small that makes your heart beat faster. Speaking first in a meeting, asking a question, attempting a new skill. Do not wait for fear to leave. It will not. Walk with it. Breathe with it. You will discover that fear is heavy only when you try to carry it alone. When you place it into your breath and your steps, it becomes light. This is how courage is built, one approach at a time. Sixth, flow. When your plan meets reality, be water. If a tool breaks, adapt. If time changes, adjust the sequence. If a person disappoints you, look for the lesson and move. Do not stand in the river with your hands up, yelling at the water for being wet. Find the current. Use it. Seventh, believe. Guard your inner language. You would not let a stranger come into your home and insult your family. Do not allow your inner dialogue to insult you. Speak strength, then confirm it with action. The combination of strong words and honest steps is unbreakable. Now there are traps that steal a warrior's strength. The first trap is living in places you cannot control. The past and the future. The past is a teacher, not a jailer. Learn the lesson, bow and move. The future is a direction, not a prison. Set your course, then row. The second trap is thinking at the wrong time. There is a time to plan and a time to move. If you think when it is time to strike, you train hesitation. If you strike when it is time to think, you train recklessness. Train the right thing at the right time. The third trap is neglecting the breath. Many people try to fix their mind with their mind, chasing thoughts with thoughts. It is like trying to untangle a knot by pulling the wrong end. Start with the breath. The breath will loosen the knot. The mind will follow. The fourth trap is rigidity, building a plan so tight that reality cannot fit inside it. Leave space in your plan for the unexpected. Water needs a channel, not a cage. The fifth trap is scattering your energy across too many tasks. You cannot punch 5 targets with one fist at the same time. The sixth trap is borrowing your identity from other people's doubts. If someone hands you a small box and tells you to live inside it, you do not climb in and lock the lid from the inside. You give the box back. You may ask, what if I fail? My friend, you will. Everyone does. Failure is not a verdict. It is a measurement. It measures where your preparation was not yet complete. It measures where your focus thinned. It measures where fear still owns a part of you. Good. Now you have a map. Return to empty, breathe, see, focus, approach, flow, believe. Return with the knowledge your failure gave you. This is how iron is forged, by heating and hammering, again and again until the blade can hold an edge. There is a rhythm to mastery. In the beginning, you learn the form, awkwardly, carefully, slowly. Then you forget yourself and move inside the form. Then, at last, the form disappears and only the essential remains. People try to skip steps. They are ashamed to be beginners. Do not be ashamed. The beginner is empty and therefore able to be filled. The expert who becomes rigid is like a jar sealed tight. Nothing fresh can enter. Keep a beginner's mind, curious, alive, hungry. Empty your pride to make room for improvement. When I was young, I trained until the floor held the shape of my footprints in sweat. I studied movement, but I also studied stillness. The stillness allowed me to see the movement clearly. If you cannot be still, your movement will always carry noise. Between one action and the next, allow a small pause. In that pause, return to your breath, your eyes, your intention, then move. This is how you connect a chain of clean actions into a whole performance. Do not confuse speed with hurry. Speed is the natural result of clarity. Hurry is the symptom of confusion. The hurried man trips over his own feet. The fast man moves through space like it was made for him. When your mind is clean and your focus is exact, time stretches. You see more in each moment. You need fewer movements to do the same work. This is why we clear the mind first. It is the only honest way to become fast. And do not confuse strength with tension. Strength is the clean line of force through a relaxed body. Tension is fear hiding in your muscles. If your jaw is tight, your shoulders will lie to you. If your hands are fists all day, your touch will be clumsy. Relax what is not working so that what must work can work fully. The body, like the mind, becomes powerful when it is not wasting effort. Let me give you a small exercise you can do anywhere. I call it one breath, one gesture. Stand or sit. Choose one simple movement. Raising your hand, placing a cup, turning a page. Inhale to prepare. Exhale as you perform the movement with complete attention. Feel every inch of the motion. Finish the motion completely, then pause. Repeat 3 times. This trains the nervous system to connect breath, attention, and action. It is a tiny practice, but tiny practices performed daily become the grain of your character. In conflict inside yourself or with another, remember this: the goal is not to win arguments. The goal is to see clearly. Many people fight to protect their illusions. They lose the truth while guarding their pride. Let go of the need to be right and hold on to the need to be honest. Honesty is faster than pride. It takes you to the correction immediately. If you are wrong, good. Now you can be right sooner. If you are right, you do not need to shout. Truth carries its own voice. You may meet days when your energy is low, your spirit is quiet, your body feels heavy. Do not declare defeat. Adjust the practice. On such days, do smaller things with perfect quality. If you cannot run, walk with impeccable posture. If you cannot lift, stretch with impeccable attention. If you cannot write a chapter, write one strong paragraph. The standard is not the size of the action. The standard is the presence you bring to it. Presence builds momentum. Momentum returns energy. Energy returns courage. What about desire? Desire is the fire that starts the journey, but it is discipline that carries the water across the desert. Do not rely on moods to keep your promises. Moods change like weather. Habit is the climate you build on purpose. Build the habit of beginning. Build the habit of returning. Build the habit of finishing. These three habits, begin, return, finish, are a trinity. Keep it simple. Begin even when you feel uncertain. Return even when you feel bored. Finish even when you feel tired. Then rest with the knowledge that you kept faith with yourself. There is a quiet strength in humility. Humility is not smallness, it is openness. The humble man does not pretend to know, therefore he is able to learn. The arrogant man cannot learn, his cup is full of himself. Empty the cup every day, not because you doubt your skill, but because you respect the vastness of what remains to be learned. The ocean does not boast that it is full, it remains ready to receive every river. I will tell you a secret about joy. People think joy is the reward at the end of the path. No. Joy is the texture of the path when you walk it with attention, when you move with breath, when you face fear with calm eyes, when you focus and complete one honest action after another. Joy appears like sunlight through leaves. It does not arrive with trumpets. It arrives quietly, and you feel at home inside your own life. If you remember only a few words from me, remember these: empty, breathe, see, focus, approach, flow, believe. Say them softly under your breath before the day begins. Say them quietly before a challenge. Say them when you fail and must rise. They are simple doors. Walk through them often. Now, I ask you, who do you choose to be when no one is watching? In that private decision, your future is formed. You can train the outward shape of your life all day, but if your inner posture is crooked, the outer will collapse in the first storm. Stand tall inside, not stiff, alive, not proud, awake. I was not born unbreakable. I became difficult to break by training the mind to lead. The body is a beautiful instrument. Keep it strong and supple, but never forget. The mind is the musician. If the musician is distracted, the music is noise. If the musician is present, even a single note becomes enough. When you feel lost, return to the breath. When you feel weak, return to your focus. When you feel afraid, approach the edge with one small step. When your plan breaks, become water. When the world doubts you, keep one promise to yourself today. That promise is a seed. Water it, protect it. It will grow into a tree beneath which others will one day rest. There will come a time when you look back and see that the moments that seemed to break you were the moments that shaped you. The strike that knocked the air from your lungs taught you how to breathe. The opponent who overwhelmed you taught you how to focus. The door that closed taught you how to flow. The chorus of doubt taught you how to believe. Give thanks for these teachers. Bow to them, then step forward. Do not wait for a perfect day. The perfect day is a story told by people who never begin. Begin on a real day, a little tired, a little distracted, a little afraid. Bring your simple tools. Empty, breathe, see, focus, approach, flow, believe. Then take one clean step, complete one honest task, lay one true brick. It is enough. Tomorrow you will lay another. And when you stand at the edge of something great, an opportunity, a challenge, a change, remember this: the mind will speak first. Ask it, are you clear? If it is crowded, empty it. If it is racing, breathe it still. If it is doubting, remind it of the promises you have kept. Then move. Let the body follow the mind you have trained. My friend, mastery is not a destination on a map. It is a way of walking. Walk with eyes open, breath steady, hands ready, heart soft, will strong. Walk knowing that the river does not hurry, and yet it arrives. Walk knowing that water is gentle and unstoppable at once. Walk knowing that every day you have the chance to become a little more empty of what is false, a little more full of what is true. I cannot walk for you. I cannot breathe for you. I can only point. The path will open where you place your foot. Place it with intention. Place it with care. Place it again tomorrow. Empty the cup. Breathe with control. See your victory. Focus your strike. Approach your fear. Flow like water. Believe without doubt. This is the way. Be water, my friend.